Good evening, everybody, and thanks again to Destination Newry for having me on tonight. And I'd like to give a wee bit of news just on what's happening in the Camlough, Durhamore and Bessbrook area. So tonight we'll start with Camlough Rovers, and it's with the ladies team. As you can see, they have a match tomorrow night against the Shamrock ladies. Now, this is a very formidable team. They've had a great, season and have been winning left, right and centre, so good luck to them for tomorrow night. And maybe if you have an opportunity to get down, the match itself is down at the Camlough Rovers football club. So if you have a chance to get down just to show a bit of support, that would be brilliant. But, absolutely great team and best of luck to them. Also, the summer camp is on as well. Again, this is for young kids during the July and August period. And, it's not just for club members. Non-members can go to the summer camp as well. So it's £20 for the club members and £40 for the non-club members. So it's an opportunity just for parents, if the kids are interested, just to bring them along and give them a taste of if they don't already play soccer, give them a taste of what the game is like. And if you want to register, just either private message Fiona through their Facebook page or contact Fiona whatever way you can, but she's the person that will look after it. So I'm sure there's probably only so many places, so I presume it's first in, we'll get on, but it's for kids between the age of 6 and 13, so great opportunity for over the summer months. So Carrickcruppin, if you'd like to go into that, that's James Hughes from Hughes Food Hall in Camlough here. They have sponsored the Carrickcruppin team. You can see that there. And it's really brilliant to see, the local businesses putting something back into the community. At the end of the day, businesses wouldn't exist or even thrive without the support of the community. People, making use of the services or whatever it is that the local business has to provide. So it's great to see that being reciprocated. And in this case, obviously, Hughes have done this by sponsoring one of the teams, or maybe, I'm not too sure if it's the whole club, but they've certainly been sponsoring Carrickcruppin, and that's young James, as you can see, in the middle there on the right. So fair play to Hughes for that. Also on to Shane's, and this is a match, I think this was 2 weeks in a row. They played Sarsfields, and now Sarsfields, again, they're high up there in the division, and again, an excellent team, but it was a draw yet again. So no doubt there was great football to be seen and to be had at that particular match, so I think that's 2 draws in a row, so they're obviously evenly matched, so again, all the best to the local teams, and obviously all the best to Shane Oneills. So a wee bit of news, just this is in regards to Bessbrook Pond. As people know, that there has been a number of improvements made over the years. Obviously, the council have been instrumental behind many of those improvements. But the Playpark itself, to some degree, has run its course. With regards to the surface and some of the equipment. I think it's a bit dated. And, there is money. Money has become available through the rural, let me see, just to get it, the Rural Development Partnership. One of the local councillors, Rosie McGrew, she's the chair of that. And so that there is money available, which will be designated for play parks. So I think we need to put in a very strong bid to ensure that Bessbrook's included in that. So what I'm proposing is that we obviously do a lobby to the council. I would personally prefer to go around and get a petition, in some of the local estates, particularly because it is a big play park and there's quite a number of areas make use of it. I know there's some of the other estates have their own small play parks, which is great, but this is a large play park, and there's a number of estates quite close to this that don't have their own play parks, like Camlough Park, Churchview, etc. So it'd be great to get a petition. That mightn't be possible because of the COVID restrictions, but I've yet to work that out. But we'll very quickly either do the door-to-door, if that's possible, or maybe do it online. But the more support, the stronger the lobby, and the stronger the lobby, the better the chance that, we will get something. And, because it is well overdue an upgrade, and I think it's the people in the area deserve it. The other thing with Bessbrook Pond is that there is a fishing camp. So maybe if you can get that, there's a wee poster I think I sent you there, Cahill, and it's between the 9th and the 13th of, that's it there, Kids Summer Fishing Camp, between the 9th and the 13th of August. And if you can see just the wee central part, Bessbrook Pond, so again, that's just an opportunity for young boys, young girls between the age of 10 and 16 years. And, if, kids are interested, or the parents realize the kids are interested, or even the parents want to introduce the children to some fishing, this is a great opportunity. It's £10 per child for the camp. And the times for the sessions are 9:30 to 12:30. And, just absolutely brilliant. So that's between the 9th and the 13th of August. Again, you can register by emailing it's on that poster there, ccbookings@newrymorningdown.org. So maybe if you miss this, because I'm too quick with this, but you have an opportunity maybe to go onto the Newry Morning Down website, and you'll probably get the same email. They will send you a registration form, and you just fill it in. And as I say, it's a great opportunity, and hopefully with the good weather. But not only is it an opportunity to get young people and introduce them to new skills and new sport, but they'll also meet friends there as well. So anybody's interested, just give the council a shout. I'd also like to highlight the ambulance service. Have this week are trying to highlight and raise awareness around the abuse that some of their staff, you're talking about ambulance drivers, you're talking about paramedics, anybody that, is involved in emergencies, going out to maybe road accidents, or, going out to pick somebody up after a row, or whatever it is that people call an ambulance for. On the odd occasion, and thankfully it is the odd occasion, but it does happen, and it happens just, even though it might be the odd occasion, it's just one too many. And that's where ambulance staff have been attacked. And, I would hear this from time to time through talking to people in Daisy Hill Hospital, that maybe after weekend, and 9 times out of 10, it is people that have been either intoxicated, through drink or drugs. And, the thing about it is, like, the ambulance provide a service, and for many people, this is a matter of life and death, so the last thing that we need is ambulance staff going off sick because they've been attacked. So the best thing that we can do is just to make sure that, we speak about this, that, this doesn't become something that's brushed under the carpet, that we do raise awareness, we speak to, older people, younger people, and just to make sure that, unfortunately, it's very hard for me to understand why it happens. And I accept that sometimes people aren't, in control when they have drink taken and stuff like that there. But if that is the case, then you shouldn't be drinking. Simple as. I know that's an easy solution, but that is just it. We cannot afford to lose. And these are heroic people that, take their own life in their hands by rushing to the scene of, an incident or an accident, or, to get to some house where somebody's taking a heart attack. So you need people like that. The last thing we need is for them to be attacked. And unfortunately, it is happening. Okay, I'd like to also mention, and again, this is something that people need to be aware of. The peculiar thing about it is, when I put this we notice up on Facebook, I then realized so many people aren't aware of this, that the Electoral Commission are going, the register, anybody that wants to vote, their name has to be on the register. So you already have to have filled in your forms, sent it to the Electoral Commission, and they have accepted your form and put you on the register. So whenever it comes around to an election, I think the next election, if all goes according to plan, and there isn't an early election, is next May, and that's for the Assembly, and the following year that would be for the local government, the council. If people want to vote, and at the end of the day, if you want to bring about change, then you need to get out and vote. But you'll not be able to unless they're going to wipe the register for whatever reason. We can speculate till the cows come home, but that's what they intend to do. That means that every one of us is going to be taken off that register, and none of us will have a vote unless we fill the form in again, which will be from July onwards, and get back onto the register. So there will be a campaign from the 1st of July on, just to make people more aware that this has happened and that people need to fill in the forms. You can either download a form, and again, this is after the 1st of July, and fill it in. You need your national insurance number, etc., and make sure that you sign it yourself. What I would do is, if there is one responsible person in the family and there's 5 in the family, get 5 forms, download them, get them all filled in, and get each person to sign them themselves, because that's important. That one person isn't signing for everybody, because that will not be accepted. That'll be rejected, and it'll just be sent back to you, or else you'll not even know. And the amount of people that I've seen on polling day coming into the caravans saying that I have no vote, I'm not on the register. So again, this is personal responsibility. So I'm highlighting it here today. I will highlight it again at future dates, but it is really, really important. You can either download it and fill in the hard copy and post it off to the Electoral Commission in Belfast. The address and all will be there, or else you can fill it in online. The only thing about filling it in online, they will give you a number, and you have to remember, you have to put that number somewhere very safe, because you have to remember that number. For example, if you're on holidays and you wanted a postal vote or a proxy, you have to send that number in, otherwise you'll not get it. Or whenever it comes to, if they wipe again, and I wouldn't put it past them, you have to re-register, you need that number yet again. So please, if you want to bring about change, do that. And just a wee bit of information. Every time there's an election, there's always about 40% of the people who are eligible to vote, that have filled in their form, they have, the opportunity to vote, they sit at home. Sitting at home isn't going to bring about change. Whether you like parties or you like individuals or not, I don't think anybody could be satisfied with the status quo. We all want change. We all want a better health system, a better education system, etc., etc., etc. You need to use your vote. An awful lot of people between campaigning back in the 60s, etc., to ensure that everybody had a vote, so please take the opportunity. So from the 1st of July, keep an eye out for this, and make sure that you register and ensure that you have your vote for the next election. Okay, thanks for that. And just a few shout outs for the birthday people. So this is Catherine Hillen, Carrickcruppin woman. Somebody I saw it described as Mrs. Doyle, so I presume she gives out the water, etc., for the football teams during play. So anyhow, big happy birthday to Catherine from everybody in the locality. I'd also like to say a big happy birthday to local man Carl McGrath, Carl from the Kegel Road, Oneills Villas. And again, big happy birthday from everyone in the locality. No doubt the family will spoil you. And hopefully you have a good day. And last but not least, a colleague and a friend of mine, Aoife Finnegan. And there's Aoife during the giving out the Civic Awards a couple of weeks ago. So again, it's Aoife's birthday, I think, on the 19th. And to the best of my ability, herself, the husband, and the children are heading off to Galway for the weekend. So no doubt, they will spoil you. And, a very, very big happy birthday from everybody in South Armagh. Okay, thanks very much, Cathal, for this opportunity again tonight. And all I can say is Slán go fóill agus é Hawaii.